let's get started. So what'd you end up doing this last weekend?
This weekend, dude, I don't remember. Every time I have a weekend, I do so much and I forget. I know Friday. Have you gone to volleyball at night?
No, I haven't.
They have volleyball here, and it starts at like 10 p.m. on a weekday. And
Where's it at? Because I know
West-
it's like a pretty big gym, right?
it's not a. It's like a. You know how they have those indoor soccer arenas?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it looks exactly like that, but inside
but it's just a court.
a bunch of courts.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
10. And then so you get to go, they have a bar there, and then so you
shit.
reserve the courts. It's not just free for all. That
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you get your group and you do
So it's
whatever
exactly like the indoors. It's exactly yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Except it's just the volleyball.
Yeah. But they have sand, dude.
Oh,
And it's comfortable.
shit.
It's like all that temperature, and then they have nets, obviously. You know,
Well, yeah, because you're not gonna go outside and fucking play volleyball. Fuck
yeah.
that,
Well, yeah,
bro.
because 10 p.m.
That too. It's
Yeah.
pretty late. You
No.
can sit back, bro. Relax. Relájate.
Wait.
Go ahead and sit on this side, because I got the camera set up for over here. But, how was the Dave Chappelle show?
Oh,
That
man,
was 2 weeks
experience.
ago. I know.
You know who I saw there?
Who?
Do you remember Donovan?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a flight instructor or something
Yeah,
like
a
that.
pilot.
A pilot,
Yeah. Yeah, he
Crazy,
was,
huh?
he was there, and then,
Oh,
like,
shit.
we were, like, there mostly together the whole time until it started. No, but that was an experience, because he was fucked up.
Who?
Dave,
Oh, shit.
he was gone, dude.
Really?
They kept giving him shots, and then he kept smoking weed. Like, you could tell he was just, like, so relaxed, and he didn't really care. The beginning, you could tell that, you know, he might have had plans, and he was, like, had the jokes, and he was testing them out. But towards the end, he was just saying whatever,
Just chilling,
and it was still funny.
Fuck. Yeah, because I did notice. Have you seen the video where he talks about the whole deal with the Chappelle show? Where he talks about it and he's like super pissed and fucking like, oh, you know, the lawyers that helped me sign those papers to that contract, they weren't looking out for me. They were looking out for themselves.
I haven't seen a specific video, but I've just known about it because
I'll send it to you, bro, because that shit is like, he's not even telling jokes, but he can like capture your attention just by him speaking.
When was the video though? Like,
It's on YouTube.
but when was it filmed? Like, when was it? What year did it come from?
I think before 2020 for sure.
Okay,
Like 2019, 2018.
Because I'm thinking if it was like on stage recently, then like I probably would have seen it. But if it was like back
No,
then,
it's an older video. It's an
Oh,
older
okay.
video where he was. I think it was before he made those last 3 specials, where he was talking about like the transgender community. And
yeah, I saw all those.
Yeah, those ones were good, but he was talking about that like those before.
Is that yours or mine?
I think it's yours. Go ahead and stick the. Ahí está. Yeah, that should be fine.
Alright, wait, you hear? Oh, there you go. I think
Yeah,
so.
it went away. But no, I went to Theo Vaughn this last weekend.
Oh, you
It was at the Paramount también.
También?
So it sounded. I mean, it was cool. How were the first openers though? The opening
Dave
acts.
Chappelle. Whoa.
Were they all right or?
No, the openers were really, really. Oh, one of them. So one of them was. So we were all chilling, right?
Mhm.
Sitting down. As they cuenta que like the thing hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of regular. Well, what no one knew, at least most people didn't know probably, was that the DJ. There was like a DJ that was like kind of like preparing the music. Just
Yeah.
like meanwhile was the opener.
Oh
He was
shit!
the opener. So he was like putting music, and then I don't know where he started doing, you know, DJ shit, calling out, oh, people here, you know, how they had people
Yeah.
crowds out. And he was just saying really funny shit, like because we didn't know he was a comedian yet.
Yeah.
It was so funny because it was natural. It was like we were
Oh,
seeing something
shit.
happen that was ridiculous
So did they have the DJ booth like up on the stage?
on the top of the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
they
he
had a
was
little
just mixing music, and then all of a sudden he just goes up and he's like,
Yeah, so he was
Let's
like
crack it.
saying a bunch of dumb shit, and then he's like, "Welcome." I forgot his name. Unfortunately, he opened himself, and then he said his name, and then no one came out, and he's like, "It's me. What's up, guys?" And he just walks to the middle, and he's just like, and he just starts. Oh, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. Everyone, and
Dude, it's crazy how like all those jokes. Go ahead and grab your drink if you want. all those jokes, it's just someone writing shit down, bro. Like, that's all they do. They just fucking write shit down, see if it works in a live stage. And they don't, it's not like you have to be telling jokes all the time. They can fucking be awkward as fuck. Like Franco Escamilla, you know who he is?
Yeah, you been?
No, I haven't been,
What you
but
seen?
I've seen videos where he's like, yeah, in real life, I'm not like very comedic or like social. He's a very awkward guy. But then once he gets in that stage, it's like, okay, he has all of his shit planned out and all of his jokes planned out.
The DJ, you could tell by the end, once he revealed himself, you could tell that whole presentation was so well planned. Everything was like, you could tell he's rehearsed it. Like, everything, just the delivery.
Well, dude, just think about it. Like, 6 or more of those lights, cameras all on you, and then an audience of like 2,000 people. I would be shitted, bro. Like, even I think this is like nerve wracking. That's why, I do this shit before, because it kind of eases the nerves off of it, so you don't think about it. But if I were to have like a whole crowd of people, I don't know. I feel like my hands would get all sweaty and shit. Like, even to like right now, my shit is all sweaty.
Yeah, I mean,
you.
it's also about like how I feel like it's confidence, but it's also how you receive criticism.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the best comedians, and then especially like the ones that are up and coming now, like when they see hecklers, they just make it even funnier.
Oh yeah.
And that's a skill.
Because they tell them like, "Hey, shut the fuck up! Like, this is not your time to shine," you know. Like,
and they put them down.
Oh, easy, yeah, easy. Because that's not their fucking place to be. You know, like, yeah, they're the ones performing. They're the ones that they're providing a service to everyone else. And then when someone interrupts it, thankfully, when we were at the comedy show, no one was like that. Nothing like that.
At Dave, there was
Really?
some people in the back behind me, and they straight up said, they're like, Dave Chappelle sucks. And then as soon as they said that, everyone just attacked them. Fuck you. Fuck.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Like, yeah, like it was kind of uncomfortable, but like I said, it was towards the end.
Where were you sitting?
I
Were you
was
sitting
like
in the first section, past that producer's booth?
No, I was like in the middle, but on the left side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got
on
center in that back section, but like closer to that. You know how there's that little booth?
Yeah.
I was like,
okay, so
probably
you're in the
10
middle.
rows away.
Okay. Yeah, so in the back, behind the middle.
Oh shit. And the seats are small at the Paramount, bro. Well, because if someone was gonna try and get in, you had to fucking stand up.
Every time.
And especially because, my brother, he's like 5'8", 5'10", and I'm close to 6 foot. I'll probably say 5'11". I don't want to lie,
Nah, you're tall.
But he didn't really have to stand up, but he just did. But I was like, bro, I only had like a couple, like, when my knees were coming out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's most places nowadays. But that one, I do remember for some reason, like there was like a couple next to us, and they kept being like, oh my bad, and they just like, I don't know why we didn't get up once. Like, how are you missing?
You didn't get drinks or anything?
No, we did before, but like once we were there, we didn't get back up.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to pee after because we had a beer. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to, like, miss it, Like, I paid for this shit, so I'm going to stay in here. And, after, I was like, bro, I got to pee so bad. And I wasn't going to wait because you know how after the show, it just ends and they all leave. It's just... I think it's just tangled or something. But we were all leaving, and there's like, how there's that huge crowd when you're coming out?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, fuck, I don't have to go to the bathroom no more. So I just went outside, and I just went into the alleyway, bro. Because I was like, fuck that. Fuck that.
We tried to see him in the back, but we didn't want to wait that long. So
yeah.
No, but the second guy, so it was the DJ and then another guy, he was funny, but he was like... He didn't care because they lock up your phones. They did that.
Oh,
right?
No, they didn't do that to us.
They didn't do that?
Yeah.
So you walk in, they get a little baggie, and then they put it in the bag, and the bag is soundproof.
Oh, shit.
So not even vibrating or ring. Yeah, because obviously they're not going to trust people to ring.
So you carry the bag with you?
Yeah, so it's like a cloth bag. It's really, it's exactly for that purpose. It's not just any bag. And then once you get it, then when you're leaving, they have a bunch of people everywhere, like with this little clip, and the clip
like
opens it up.
That's kind of tight though.
Yeah, but that way nothing gets recorded or anything.
Exactly. Because then they can use that for their special or something.
Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, the second guy was saying some shit that like. It's comedy. We understand that, but like a lot of people nowadays just don't see it like that.
It's kind of sad to see that shit too, bro. Because it's like growing up, you would see, and I really wouldn't pay attention to like comedy shows back then, like when we were in middle school, and like I wouldn't pay attention to them, but a lot of the times they would be like just free to do whatever, And they would say, whatever, and fucking like Carlos Mencia. You remember him?
Who?
Carlos Mencia.
I think I do. Was he like?
He apparently stole jokes, but he had some bits where they were like pretty fucking like they would just counter on fucking stereotypes on people, and it was like, oh, this shit's hilarious, but it's not like he would go out and fucking do this in real life and like tell that straight to their face. It's just it's
exactly.
like a comedian doing his work. But now I think it's like the whole, like you were saying, that social currency. You gotta have that social credit. Just wherever you go, like they're not only gonna run your credit score, they're gonna run your fucking Instagram, your Snapchat,
your job applications nowadays. Your social media is full of like you being drunk and guns and all. Like, how do you expect to get like a professional job if? Especially, like, there's a lot of jobs nowadays, so it's not that hard. But if you want to get those really high jobs, your social media really has to be in line.
Oh, yeah.
And people forget about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm worried for all these, like, these people that they either put, like, we get it as funny memes, but then también, if you're coming out of college and you want to get a job and they check that shit, that's why I don't know how I'm going to do it, to be honest. I really don't know because, there's times where I say some stuff, but it's not like crazy where, at the level where I think it's like cancelable, But I gotta be careful to say like, oh, I have a podcast to everyone, I gotta tell them, like, that's why I made a separate account, so that way under my main account, if I really want to take those videos down, I could just take it down and leave them on the podcast page.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out for me. That
No, you'll be fine.
I don't. And plus, I'm not trying to be a comedian. Even though it sounds like that, it's fun, right? You just go around, tour the country, and fucking tell jokes and shit. But I don't think that's where I'm headed. So I think I should be fine. But mainly, honestly, the reason why I started this was because of fucking. There's no internships for radio stations, so that's
you
why
have to
I
make your own resume, pretty much.
Exactly. So I wanted to show that I have experience with like producing with the audio mixer, audio devices, recording, video production, so that way I can come in and say, I have experience. It's not like professional experience, like per se, like under a company, but I have experience, right? I know how to work the tools. I know how it operates, and that's another reason why I'm doing like a lot of Photoshop, Illustrator, a lot of those other, because
to show that work.
Yeah, so that way if a radio station wants to take me on, I can do like marketing for them or something like that, right? So I want to be able to use this to fucking just use all the tools. Like maybe I won't be the audio host, like the personality, but I can probably work as like the producer or something like that.
To start.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I mainly started this, and people always ask me, it's like, so why the fuck did you start just out of nowhere? It's like, bro, I need a job. Like,
I have a friend from high school who started one too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and
what is his on?
It's Spotify and YouTube.
No, but like, what is it about? Like,
it's just called. I think it's called Friday Night Drinks, and it's just like it's just podcasts. I mean,
how many hosts are there?
Two. Yeah, so there is, and then they have guests. But like I said, like a lot of podcasts. I mean, the whole idea of a podcast isn't it to be free.
Yeah.
Not to be towards one idea. Is to be able to talk about a lot of things. That way you get the most. Cause
even now they cater to like different genres too. Because I've seen some where they're solely about freaking working out, right?
Yeah, that's
or mental health or stuff like that. But you can still get a lot of nuance within that because that's still a huge topic. But like Joe Rogan is like the perfect example where he could step into anything, bro. Like anything. He can go with like Neil deGrasse Tyson and talk about physics, and then next day
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Or like a bunch of comedians, which is super awesome to see. But like, there's even still like there's niche communities that you can fucking get into. But
Yeah, well, that's with everything. I mean, if there's a market for it, there's a lot of things that cater to that market.
Yeah, so right now it's like I'm just trying to have fun with it and gain experience from it. Just bring whoever wants to be on it, or if not, I'll be on it on my own.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
But all right, you ready? Ready to get
Yeah,
started?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna do the intro, and then
I kind of thought we were ready. I was already.
It just closed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're back. Coming back from a little break. So another episode of LWH Live with Handros on Sunday. Today we have a special guest, an old friend of mine, old friend of mine. First, let's get the shout outs out of the way. Shout out to my boy Bobby and Jose. Last week, unfortunately, they couldn't come onto the podcast. It's all right. We had to figure out. We had to work around it. But right here to my right, we got my boy Alejandro Barron. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Say what's up.
My name's Alejandro Barron. Born and raised in Denver.
Yeah. So let's get into that, right? So we got to know each other in middle school, right? We went to the same middle school. Shout out to Bell Creek Charter School. We were little farm boys, cause now that's technically seen like the country.
Country?
I think so. Compared to where I'm at now.
Oh, you're in.
This is
downtown
Denver. Yeah, this is like
versus
Centennial.
Henderson.
So over there it's like country. But yeah, so we used to go to middle school together. We were some of the only Latinos there. Like we were like one of the handful that were there.
Yeah, it was pretty like not diverse.
Not at all. We did have
Brian?
Kirill. Well, Brian también.
Oh, Kirill, yeah.
But you remember the Russian mafia crew that was running around?
I still have. He's cool. I still have him
Kirill,
on. Yeah.
Anton, and David. Those are the ones that I remember.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I wanna talk to him because now I speak Russian. Fool, I have like.
You speak Russian?
Yeah. Меня зовут Ilya. Как у вас дела? Yeah. So actually, I've been wanting to reach out to them just because I'm like, bruh, I know Russian. I know a little bit of Russian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a little broken, but I know it. So I'm like, I want to reach out to them. But enough of that. So I want to introduce you correctly and properly. So Alejandro, what exactly do you do as a profession, like for work?
I do a lot.
Yeah, so
yeah, but I would say
right?
just to make it more simple.
No, let's get into it. Like that's what it's for, right?
I do, so I estimate, so that's what the profession is called, but I also do...
For what? Estimate for what?
Concrete.
Concrete?
Yeah, concrete, okay. But we do foundations. We do pretty much the bottom of all the buildings.
And it's for commercial buildings, right?
Yeah, commercial. Well, we do everything residential, but like 85% commercial. And that's our goal, because commercial is just more professional and more like...
Yeah, because you're not going door to door, or you're not going from like some house in the neighborhood. This is like a big project development, or a big neighborhood that you're doing, right?
And yeah, well, and the thing is, I've been raised to do commercials, so I feel like a lot of people have concrete experience, but that's just from doing houses. Yeah. But me, when I was little, like we were already doing buildings, like 7-Elevens, auto zones, basic things like that. They're just but they're commercial though.
So when did you start doing this? Because this is for your dad's company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you start doing like this? What you were saying, the commercial, like.
Well, the work has always been diversified, but I started. I've always done it every summer and winter break and spring break and every break.
It's pretty common to see. It's like over here, the Latinos, they don't have summer breaks. They don't have summer breaks. Like me growing up, I would go do the grass or be a maintenance for our rental property. Like we have one rental property, so we would go cut the grass or we would do shit like that. And that's what you see. It's like once they graduate, it's like they've never had. A lot of Latinos, they've never had summers.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Well, I remember in high school, like, not people, but people that know me, I bash a lot on the school system and the education system. Like, I'm very, like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just, it's really trashy and terrible.
So you don't like it?
No, I don't like the system, but I love learning. I love learning.
Yeah.
And in school, I'm always been the one that remembers things. So people, I would say most people forget everything.
Yeah.
Like the test, every big test you've ever had, you will forget it. Like have, even if you study for a whole week straight, by the time you're adult, like
that shit's out the door.
Yeah. So, but for me, I like school because if it wasn't school, it was work. So any day we got a day off, all my friends are like,
you prefer school over work, right?
Well, at that time, yeah, of course. So like, and my friends would be like, oh, thank God we don't got school, or it'd be a snow day or something. But snow days, I have to go to the ranch and shovel acres of snow. And then and it was the summer, I just went right back to work. So it was either I'm not gonna wake up late, I'm still gonna get home tired. So it doesn't matter. So I've always seen school as it's only till you're 18 and then you decide the rest. But like after you're 25, like you have to. I've always realized that it's once in a lifetime. People don't see school as once in a lifetime, but it is. Every grade is once in a lifetime. From there on, it's work. It's just work and.
Well, it does change because now you can see people coming back to school, right? But that only happens if they're super motivated to come back to school, right?
Yeah. I saw that. I did one semester of community college, and 80% of my class were like over 40.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was like, older guys, single moms, mom. Like I remember there was one lady that we were doing Zoom because it was during 2020.
Oh, yeah.
And then and I hated it.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn one single thing in college, by the way. It was one semester, but I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
And then she was like presenting stuff, and her kid kept disturbing her. And I just thought, like, instead of being embarrassed, I just thought that was inspirational. The fact that she was taking college and still taking care of her kid. And then I think she still had a job, too.
Yeah.
So just to see her Zoom, I was like, damn, this girl's, like, you could tell that she has a lot of shit going on and she's still doing it,
Yeah,
you know?
she decides to show up.
Exactly.
She decided to show up.
To do college at that age after already,
And that's another thing that people don't understand. It's like college, you don't have to be full-time. You can do part-time. But again, it's going to take a lot of work because you're going to have to work on the side and then also do your classwork. Yeah. Which is I get it. It's completely difficult. And especially like you were saying, in the times of Zoom, those were my worst performing grades.
Right?
Like,
Everyone.
For me it was like I got probably 2.2 GPA. My next year I got like 3.4, and that was because it was like slowly lifting. Exactly. But 2.2 was probably the worst GPA I've ever had, even in high school and in middle school,
2.2?
2.2 is like close to like being on probation for academic probation.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're like telling you like, hey, bro, you got to get your shit together. So I was super close to getting that, but thankfully, I was able to take that whole year and say like, because again, my first year, I was doing mechanical engineering. My first quarter,
it's hard.
I did not like it. I was like, the math is killing me. The science, like the chemistry, I kind of understood, but just all the things. And I was also working at FedEx también. Oh. I was a forklift operator.
Oh, yeah. I got my forklift license
Bro, that's
yesterday.
Just fun, huh?
Yesterday.
Yeah, so I was doing that in my first quarter, and I was just like super stressed with trying to get my shit done and then also trying to work. And I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna either leave school or leave the job. But for me, I have school paid for, so I was like, let me just leave the job. I can get this job.
That's because you worked hard too.
Yeah, that too. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna give up school, so I'm just gonna leave the job and try and get back to where I was, right? So that shit was like difficult as fuck because it was just not. It didn't seem like school, like you were saying. It didn't seem like school because you were just in a Zoom call with like 20 other people.
And like honestly, like it's like it was to the point where like you just don't know even though those people are real. No picture, no nothing, right?
Well, yeah, it's just everyone would just stay silent, or they turn off.
Even ourselves, like
yeah.
being honest, like
Uh-huh.
I'm social. You know, I'm social in the classroom, but in Zoom, it doesn't even allow that. You know, because when I did my semester, I was literally working from 7 to 5.
Yeah.
But and doing school at the same time.
Yeah.
Like literally, I would do a class homework and then I'd work and then like because it was both computer work.
Yeah.
So I was and being honest, like 80% of the time I was on Zoom, I was playing Minecraft.
Bruh.
I was playing because you can have two screens.
Yeah.
So I could be listening to professor because all the things they were saying, it just wasn't like I didn't learn. So I was just doing it for the participation, and then on the window on the side I would be playing Minecraft and everything. And then from there I would go to work. So like I wasn't learning at all.
Yeah.
Like see, you know, like
because I tried to put my camera on, and even then I would fall asleep with the camera
oh
on.
my gosh.
But
Me.
I mean, we got over it. I'm thankful that, you know, that's what I like to hear about people is they went to school after high school, because sometimes it's just not for you.
Mm-hmm.
And like the position that you're in right now,
I'm
you're
lucky.
Well, yeah, you're lucky, right? But you're able to provide for yourself. Like you're self-reliant. With the money that you make right now, you don't need anything else, right?
Yeah.
You're not like, oh fuck, I gotta be paying this shit and I gotta be paying that shit, and you're like stressing about money. Thankfully, you got a really good job right now where you're just able to fucking, you know, live and enjoy your life, which is what we all, you know, we all want, right?
Yeah.
And it's good to see that. But here's another thing that I'm seeing. It's like, have you started thinking about what the future looks like living on your own, potentially getting married? Because these are things that are coming up soon. Like, even if you don't like it, like, we're 20, I get it. We're 20, 21. But 25 is right around the corner, bruh. And then 25 turns to 30. And then 30, like, have you started thinking about, like...
Yeah, well, my friend, I think I gotta let something on you real quick. I'm way ahead of that.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking about the future since I was, like, in 7th grade.
And that's good.
And so, and that's, I think I'm super blessed that the job I have, when I put more hours and more effort, it doesn't help a company. It doesn't help a boss. It helps me. Like, it helps my family.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's, like, one of the biggest motivations you could ever have.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like when people get a job, even if it's the same job I have, it's really hard to go above and beyond when you're just making other people money.
Yeah.
But when it's your family, you know, and so
because you were saying that you were already planning for the future, and that you love that you're able to work for your family because.
So I've already planned that part.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm very blessed to have already the plan, already the blueprints. Like, it's just a matter of I want to work as hard as I can so I get the best out of this. You know? But with the other part that you said, I have a baby mama, and it's my girlfriend. So I have a girlfriend and a baby on the way. So I'm already house next year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So the baby's on the way, or she's already here?
No, December 20th. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. So she's like, month 8?
Yeah, about almost, I think 7, late 7.
Late 7?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats. My nephew was born close to a year ago, so I know the feeling. It's like shit. It's like it's all coming in place.
Yeah. So that like I said, I was talking to my girlfriend. I think it was like 2 days ago about the future, and I'm just honestly, I mean. In the beginning, I was very scared. It was just a lot of stuff. But my plan hasn't changed. I mean, the only difference is the family parts is going to be much, much earlier.
Yeah.
But everything else is the same, you know? And luckily, I feel like the women that I chose, you know, like, is going to be able to help me. And it's going to be someone to, you know, keep on going. But... like everything else is still the same. My goals, my everything else, you know, is still on a plan. You know, it's just that part just came a little earlier.
So then, what does the next 4 to 5 years next look like?
Well, my parents asked me the other day when I was gonna be ready to take over, and I was like, I just started. But I mean, I agree. It's like two ideas at the same time. I just started.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I don't feel that like scared. I don't feel that like I can't do it. You know, I honestly feel like I have so much ideas and knowledge, and like I think the hardest part that it's gonna be hardest for me about becoming the top, main
CEO, bro.
Yeah,
The CEO.
The hardest part is the workers. Like I see how my dad is, and to deal with all those people is so hard.
Yeah, because
everyone has a personality, everyone has problems, everyone has needs. It's just, and especially because my dad's such a good person, and he's not the type of boss to exchange workers like nothing.
Yeah.
He's the type to nurture them and teach them and all that, because he's that
he
type.
treats them like people, not
Exactly.
like a fucking, like just a workhorse that they
Yeah,
can
he doesn't just like get a job, get people, and then
Yeah.
he brings them up and teaches them. But it's just like I think the hardest part is gonna be and to be like managing all these people in order to make the best result of work, because all the money and all the other parts I have a lot of confidence in. The managing, the schedules, the projects, the actual, all that stuff. I have a lot of confidence in myself, and I have a lot of knowledge. It's more like the field, the boss
backbone,
part,
basically the backbone of the company.
Because I literally went laborer, trucker, assistant project manager, and then just went straight all project manager and all estimator and doing everything.
Wow.
So it just went like, it was
exponentially just grew.
it just went up.
Dang.
And so the hardest part is to be able to do what I kind of skipped, which was usually project manager and being a boss of a crew. I kind of missed that. I kind of skipped that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the hardest part, I feel, for me.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing you did work on the field
Yeah.
when you were growing
a lot.
up, right? But it's probably been a while since, right?
Yeah, I mean,
4 or
at this
5
point,
years.
yeah.
But
no,
still.
Well, work on the field. No, it's been like less than a year.
Less than a year?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
but yeah, you're still in touch, so you know what the fuck is going on. Because that's what I was thinking that was going to hold you back, that you were like out of touch with like how to do shit.
No, I'm
like
pretty
that.
in touch. It's just like I know how to do the work that I'm like getting, because I did one job, but luckily that one job was very hard and very difficult. So I just did the most hardest. So now when I see them doing the other ones, it's easier. But it's just the respect and the authority you have to have when you're really on there. You have to have experience. You have to know things that aren't just written. They're just unwritten rules about being the best. And it's hard.
Yeah.
Because all these workers, my dad yells at them, but he's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
And if I yell at them, they're just gonna see me as this kid that just became boss, and it's hard to overcome that.
Or just as the boss's son.
Exactly.
So I think honestly, what you're saying is like your dad wants to like retire and to be like on his way to out to retirement, but you gotta. I feel like you gotta tell him like, hey, like hold on, like give me 5 years, bro. Give me 5 years. Let me work under you, and then we'll see. Because I think that's mainly what it is. You just need that experience.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, you don't have all those unwritten rules within a year. I doubt it.
Yeah. No.
Right.
And I told them this was a bad idea, but I told them like 2 years and a half until I'm ready, which is really. But I mean, I've learned so much in less than a year that if I keep this like amount of learning, if I keep it for 2 years, I have to be pretty close,
Yeah.
But I don't see my dad retiring. I just think he just wants less stress, and he just wants less off his shoulders because it's so much.
He'll probably just be like, hey, let me go check on these 2 things, and he'll call you like, hey, what do I need to do today? And you'll be like, do this shit. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Well, congratulations with your family.
Thank you.
So with that, do you still live with mom and dad, or do you have your own place?
I'm already getting financials to buy something next year. So
Okay.
I do still live there, and she does
Uh-huh.
too. But I'm already making motions. You know, I'm
¿Y la
already
boda, güey?
preparing. Huh?
¿La boda?
La abuela, oh, she's happy.
No, la boda.
Oh, la.
¿Cuándo va a ser la
I
boda,
gotta
güey?
wait. I think
Yeah.
I'm just. I want it to be at an older age. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Mhm.
I just always envisioning myself doing it at an older age.
Yeah.
So I'm just going with the flow, you know.
Okay. That's good though. That's
wanna
good.
have it.
So what does the house look like? Like, cause that's what I talked about on my last podcast. What's the size of the house, square footage? I've been super interested in looking at homes recently.
Like the one I want to get.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I haven't started looking.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no. This is for. I'm thinking like December, November next year is when I'll be buying. You know.
Okay.
Because realistically, I want to be realistic. You know.
Mhm.
I wish it could be sooner.
Yeah.
But I just got to be realistic and
Yeah.
plan it right. You know, especially with the market right now.
Well, right now the houses are going down, the price is going down, but interest rates are crazy.
Yeah.
6 to 7%.
That's what I. Yeah, my uncle's a real estate agent.
6 to 7%, which is kind of crazy to think of. I'm like, holy shit! How the fuck are we gonna be able to make payments on this thing if we're not making like 6-7 figures, right?
It's bad. It's just honestly, and I I always say I'm really worried for like just the world as it's going. It's scary. It's good to be. I'm really optimistic, but
That's good. That's what I was
Yeah.
just about to ask you because, like we were talking about, a lot of what socially is going on, but also financially. Like right now, a lot of people are saying that this is gonna be probably one of the hardest winters. So,
economically.
but you feel very optimistic, and you sound very optimistic because your family is coming along. You got a good job. You're coming along the way. What do you think it means to you to be a man? You know, like what are the things that you feel like? Okay, these are the things that I gotta be as a man now in 2022.
Well, I've always said this, and I actually learned this recently.
Mhm.
Like it was one of those things that you just learn with life is there's no production in being sad and being negative.
Yeah.
There's no production. Like you, it doesn't matter what your emotions are.
Mhm.
Like it's obvious that being happy is just productive.
Mhm.
And if you want to live a successful life, you just can't be sad. And that sounds kind of harsh, but being sad isn't productive. It's not good for anyone. And so, you know, I things came along, and in the beginning it was hard. I was never really sad. I was just kind of like stressed. But I just realized that if you're happy, like things are just easier and you're productive. And with that being said, kind of back to the main question.
Yeah.
With being a man, I feel like there's a lot of cultural ways to look at it, but I feel like
But just you.
there's
Like
just a lot
that's what I'm
well,
asking.
for me, I
you.
feel like you have to. First thing is like very important is your word. Your
Okay.
word is so important, and I feel like I've always tried to keep it my best. Like when I say something, and or for example at work, when I promise something, I have
It's
to
gotta
deliver,
happen.
even by the minute. Like
Yeah.
if they say 1, I'll get it. If it's the latest 12:59.
Well, yeah, just for viewers out there, this fool got here like 15 minutes early.
Exactly. Exactly. And I always drive in a rush, even when I'm early. I don't know why. I just do it. But word is number one because people really underestimate the value and the ability to destroy when you don't have a word. When you don't have a word, you actually have the ability to cause a lot of harm. If you really think about it, because if you have the ability to convince people and you don't have a word, that's terrible. And if you have the ability to convince people and you do have a word, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like, word is really important.
Just being true to it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And so and I feel like it teaches you a lot of lessons because if you have your word, you also have discipline. You have discipline to keep it, and that just keeps adding attributes that are important.
But then here's another thing where I think we're moving past towards what once used to be a man and what now. Do you think now being a man, now that you got your family on the way, and it's perfect that you just told me that, do you think just because you're getting married, does that mean that you can now say, you know what, oh, my wife's going to take care of these certain things and I can kind of not worry about, cooking, cleaning, or whatever the fuck? Or do you feel like, oh, I can be self-reliant. I don't need a woman to take care of me. I want someone there. Do you think that's something? Because that's for me. Now that I've lived on my own and I've been, basically self-reliant since high school.
Mhm.
I've never had, a long relationship where I've depended on someone or anyone to say, hey, you know what, help me out, sabes que, échame la onda, or whatever. It's always been me by myself. So I think that's another thing where I'm seeing it. Not only for me as a man, but also for a woman. They got to be self-reliant. They got to take care of their own shit as well as, wanting to come together.
Yeah, well, I think I'm seeing, kind of what you're getting at. I think that there's a lot of ways to have a relationship, but, and I respect all ways. And I think, and I don't think anyone should criticize for if you have multiple wives, it's okay. If you're gay, it's okay. Like, I feel like people's relationships are their business, and I respect all people's relationships, no matter how they have it. But I also feel like, in reality, there's relationships that are just more productive when it comes to society and one another. And also, I feel like that productivity could vary based on people. So, for example, there could be a couple that has a certain type of relationship that's not like most people, but it's more productive and it works for them.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's however, who could give a fuck about Julian, Julio, or and Beto over there talking shit about your relationship? If you and Mrs. are happy, chingue madre. It's fine. Like, you do whatever you want to do. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I really, for me personally, when I want to get into a relationship, when I want to get into potentially having a family, I'm not always going to be dependent on X person, I don't want them to, have to worry about me with certain things. I want to be able to worry about my own shit and then see them as an escape. That's what I'm saying. It's like, now, back then, I know tons of uncles that, they don't even prepare their own food anymore, like, without their wives doing it. That's what I'm seeing. I'm like, bruh, like, I want to get out of that fucking stereotype or that fucking, view of a family where you have to depend on a woman. Like, I get it, that's how shit used to be, but you can do that shit yourself. It's not like it's super hard anyway, right?
Yeah, I feel like you could see it that way. And I think for a lot of people, it is that way. It is that they're dependent. But I also feel like for example, me, I think I have a little bit more traditional. Yeah. And I feel like I see it more as in when someone is better at doing something, like, men and women are better at doing different things, and it's very obvious, it's scientifically proven, and it's just, it's out there. And whenever you combine them, and you do what you're good at, and I do what I'm good at, it's better. But like I said, it just depends on the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for example, there's marriages that are hetero, but the woman is just more dominant, and she's better at being that way. Yeah. And there's women that are better at working, and she's just better at working. And there's men that are better at maintaining the house, better with kids. So it doesn't matter. But I feel like I said, it's all about what's the best for the kids, what's the best for each other. Exactly. And like you said, maybe some traditional ones, they're a little bit more. It's too extreme, I think. It's too strict and too like come on, but they still have their goods, there's a reason why, he gets home from work. Maybe he sucks at cooking. So, he isn't self-reliant.
But here's another thing where I get pissed. Like, here's another thing where I'm like, bruh, if you can't even wash your own calzones, like, I really, honestly, si no puedes lavar tus propios calzones, no puedes ser un hombre, right? You're not always going to have a woman there, right? You always start out single. But if you can't even take care of your own bodily functions and your own shit, I mean, this is my opinion, right? This is just me. I don't know if you can be considered a man. You can't be, like, trustworthy, or, you can't be, just because you can't take care of yourself, right? You have to get someone else to start doing that. I don't know. That's just me, though.
I think there is men like that, but I also think that I don't think it's that. I don't know if it's more than 60%, because I feel like there's a big percentage that can do it. They just don't.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you can do it, cool. If someone else wants to do it for you, cool. Exactly. But if you don't even know how to do it yourself, then come on, my man, you're lacking. Like
there's been like that.
There's a problem. There's a problem there. If you can't even take care of yourself, like that was the main point that I'm getting at, right? But no, yeah, man, I'm happy that you're on. We already have 48 minutes on. I would love to keep going, but I gotta get out of here, and we're gonna end this one up. But yeah, we're probably gonna continue these conversations on a part 2, because it seems like that we're going in a pretty good place. So let's do the outro. Obviously, check your boy out, Alejandro Barron, on Instagram, on Facebook as well.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. He's got some good stuff. And also, just quick, I wanted to thank you first and foremost for reaching out. Because I know you do this with other small creators as well, like Iridian for photography. You know who she is? The one.
Bianca?
Yeah, I don't know her name, but I know she takes really cool pictures.
Oh, yeah.
You're always, supporting local artists and local, restaurants and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, I just want to thank you for that, because it means a lot to us that, actually do put time into this type of stuff.
Oh, I see it.
So, thank you for that. And, yeah, we'll end this one out. And, yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah. I'm just going to play the music.